Mr. Thompson had a reputation for being the strictest teacher in school. If you were late, you faced detention, no exceptions, no excuses. And yet, despite all this, one student, Danny, always walked into class just a few minutes after the bell, every single day. No matter how many times Mr. Thompson scolded him, Danny's habit didn't change. Detention after detention, lecture after lecture, it was always the same. "Why can't you just be on time?" Mr. Thompson would snap, growing more frustrated each day. Finally, curiosity overtook him. There had to be a reason for Danny's constant lateness. Determined to find out, Mr. Thompson decided to follow him one afternoon after school. He trailed quietly behind, weaving through the familiar streets, expecting to see Danny distracted by something trivial. But what he discovered was far from what he imagined. Just a few blocks away from school, Danny stopped at a small house. Mr. Thompson watched, puzzled, as the boy gently helped his mother into a wheelchair. She looked frail and sick, leaning on Danny for support. With careful hands, Danny pushed her down the street, his expression filled with quiet responsibility. Mr. Thompson followed at a distance, watching as Danny wheeled his mother all the way to a care home. Suddenly, everything clicked. The reason Danny was always late wasn't because of carelessness or laziness. He was juggling something far bigger than any of his classmates. He was caring for his sick mother before school. The next morning, when Danny walked in late as usual, Mr. Thompson didn't raise his voice. Instead, he crossed the classroom with a soft look in his eyes. "Danny," he said, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Why didn't you tell me about your mom?" Danny looked down, shrugging slightly. "I didn't want anyone to feel sorry for me." Mr. Thompson smiled gently. "You're stronger than you think, Danny. But you don't have to carry everything alone." From that day forward, Mr. Thompson didn't just see a late student when he looked at Danny, he saw a boy with courage far beyond his years. Moral: don't be quick to judge. Sometimes, the burdens people carry are heavier than you can see.